Hi guys, this is gsmdom.com and I'm here with the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro 5G, the latest flagship that Xiaomi has unveiled this year, and a pretty powerful phone. If only because it has two telephoto cameras, a 108 megapixel shooter, it can shoot 8K video, and it has a powerful Snapdragon CPU inside. Now, it was unveiled in February, it started selling around March, and we have it here at last. This is basically what Xiaomi launched in order to beat and rival the Galaxy S20 Ultra. That's the core idea you're getting here. Now, it's an unboxing, so I'm going to focus on the box, but I have already played with the device, I already set it up, so it won't be annoying for you. Now, this is supposed to be the white version of the phone, although it looks kind of pink to me. We have the 8GB of RAM, 256GB of storage version here, and I think it's time to fire it up. Now, the price tag should be around $900 for this device, and at first sight and first feel, it reminds me of a combo between the Xiaomi Mi 9 and also the Mi Note 10, if you remember that from the last fall. Especially the camera setup feels like a throwback to the Mi Note 10. Okay, we got a curved screen here, and definitely also a curved back for the sake of symmetry. It's a phone made of premium materials, which are glass and metal. I'm going to put this here and continue with the unboxing. Inside this envelope, we have the metal key used to access the slots, and when I say slots, I mean the dual nano SIM ones. We don't have micro SD. This is an adapter from USB-C to 3.5 millimeters because we do not have an audio jack on the device. And we're trying to put it back in. Okay, next up, we got a case. Not many device makers offer cases, and this one is flexible and transparent with enough cutouts for your camera needs. Of course, manuals. We have the user guide and also warranty card, which should come with every device out there. Now we go to the actual box, the actual insides, and we find a cable which goes from USB-C to USB-A and hooks up to your PC and also to your charger, which is one of the heftiest I've ever seen. This is it. It's quite big and also quite generous with the whole charging process. It should juice up the phone at 50 watts, which is no small feat. I see even a mention here of 20 volts, which is pretty impressive, and a maximum of 65 watts. So if you have other devices that support 65 watts, you may as well use this to charge them. Okay, that's it. That's everything inside the box. As usual, we don't get a pair of headphones. Now let's focus on the actual star of the show. This is called the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro 5G. As the name claims, it's a 5G phone, and I'm going to go through the design aspects right now. So up front we have a slab of glass curved on the sides, at the back curved glass in a similar way for the sake of symmetry. Aside from that, we have a metal frame. It may look like stainless steel, it's actually aluminum. Now the phone has pretty beefy measurements, 9mm in thickness and 208 grams in weight, but in my hand it feels, I would say, reassuring, almost heavy, but rather reassuring. Aside from that, I must say that we do not have a notification LED here, and the phone doesn't have IP68 certification, just some splash proofing. Okay, now let's load up our website as we continue to go into the specs. The screen you're seeing here is a Super AMOLED. It's a Super AMOLED screen with a 6.67-inch diagonal and a resolution of 2340 over 1080 pixels. It has a punch hole selfie camera at the top. It has an optical fingerprint scanner, which I just used in front of you and doesn't seem exactly very accurate, but I'm going to have to get used to it. Okay, and aside from that, the screen offers 90 Hz refresh rate, and well, that's about it screen-wise. I forgot to mention the HDR10 Plus support. Aside from the color you see here, which is supposed to be Alpine White, the phone comes in something called Solstice Gray. Now inside the device, you're going to be finding the powerful Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 CPU accompanied by 8 or 12GB of RAM. But guess what? It's the new RAM, LPDDR5. There's also the new storage, 256 or 512GB of UFS 3.0, no microSD, and if you're wondering about the battery, we have a 4500 mAh lithium polymer unit with 50 watt fast charge with 30 watt wireless charge and even with reverse charge at 5 watts. An interesting aspect here, it's related to the speakers. Usually when we're getting stereo speakers, they put one at the bottom and they put one here in the earpiece. Now check this out. So we have a speaker here and we also have one here at the top. So stereo speakers plus earpiece, which is something new for me. We also have the infrared emitter here if you want to control your TV set, set-top box and other such gizmos around the house. Okay, I think we're about done with that. Other things we're mentioning here: GPS dual band, NFC, USB-C, Wi-Fi 6, 4G and 5G, Bluetooth 5.1. We're totally covered when it comes to connectivity. On the camera front, at the front side of the phone, you're going to be seeing this punch hole for a 20 megapixel shooter with full HD video capture. At the back side, things get a bit interesting. Now we have the LED flash here and a setup with quad cameras. It's a quad camera setup. Now, the main camera is the 108 megapixel one. It's written here 108 megapixels. And this is actually borrowing the sensor from the Xiaomi Mi Note 10. It's a Samsung ISOCELL HMX and it combines pixels. It should take 27 megapixel shots instead of 108 megapixel shots, but you can also take the full resolution. We also have a 20 megapixel ultra-wide camera and a 12 megapixel telephoto camera for portrait with 2x optical zoom, plus the star of the show is the 8 megapixel 5x optical zoom camera for improved zooming. Now you have optical image stabilization on both the main camera, the 108 megapixel one, and the 8 megapixel telephoto one with 5x optical zoom and up to 10x hybrid zoom. Now this is how you swap between cameras. First we have a macro mode, then we have the ultra wide mode, then 1x, 2x, 5x, and then the sky's the limit up to 50x. Okay, we also have an AI feature. We also have the 108 megapixel shot option, portrait mode, night mode, panorama, pro mode, and there are several tweaks here. First of all, you can shoot in 8K, but from what I know, this is 8K at 30 frames per second, while Galaxy S20 is offering 8K at 24 frames per second. We're going to have to see about that. There's also a special vlogging mode here with features like activities, dreams, rhythm, stop motion, travel and memories, which is kind of cool. And we also have this steady video option, also a cinematic option, slow motion, so a lot to discover in the camera department. When it debuted, this phone was placed on the first spot by the ExoMark when it came to the camera, so they really appreciated its camera setup. Well, I'm going to have to see about that. In the meantime, we're running on Android 10 here with MIUI 11 on top, and we're going to explore it over the next days and be back with a full review. So far, the first impression was that it's a heavy phone. The second impression is that it's a reassuring phone. I'm loving the curves here. They're not exaggerated in any fashion, and I have high expectations from the camera, which feels like it's honestly over-spec'd and even rivaling the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Still, it's a $900 phone, so it's got to improve something. We'll be back with a full review soon. Hope you enjoyed this, and don't forget to check out our website. Come on, gsndom.com, and also our YouTube channel. I think we're worth a subscribe. This is it from us. Bye bye.